this paper right now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So you are gone through this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So how this transfer function are getting, this J and B? This J and B, this J is equal to Jm plus Nm by Nl the whole square into Jl. And this B is equal to Bm plus Kt Kb by Ra plus Nm by Nl the whole square into Bl. How this J and B are getting, So any doubt is there regarding this one? Bharat? Hello? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You are getting how it is getting, na? These equations.
No, sir.
No, sir.
So Samsar is taught these things, I think. Otherwise, we can just quick review of those things. So first of all, you are considering a DC motor. So DC motor consisting of a pair of poles, North Pole and South Pole. And there is one suppose there is only one conductor. And this conductor is placed in a magnetic field having the flux density B. And when we are supplying a voltage EA, it will drive a current IA. And it will create a force. And this force in downward direction. So this force will create a torque. And that torque is equal to
A minus KB.
It's proportional to the current through the coil.
Okay, that equation you don't know.
BIR.
So this torque, the force equation is a current carrying conductor placed in a magnetic field. The force acting is equal to B into I into L into sine of this angle. And this couple will create a force, and the torque is equal to force into perpendicular distance. And that force equal to this two are there, this force upward and this downward. So this 2 will be coming here. This perpendicular distance will be L is length, R is the breadth. So this torque is equal to L cross distance. This distance cross this one is the area. So B I into A into sine of the angle. And that this B is constant. because this is a permanent magnet. A is constant because the area of the conductor is constant, and this is proportional to Ia, or that is equal to Kt multiplied by Ia. Kt is called torque constant. So this Ea we are applied, so current is flowing and it is rotating, and this conductor is rotating in a magnetic field. Now we are applied a voltage Ea, but it is rotating about this axis. So the conductor is rotating in a magnetic field. What will happen?
Back EMF will be generated.
EMF induced on the
Yeah, whenever conductor cuts in a magnetic field, an EMF is induced in that conductor. And for a DC machine, that EMF is equal to 5Z Pn by 60A, where phi is the flux, Z number of conductor, P is number of poles, N is the speed, and A is number of parallel paths. So this is for DC machine, this EMF equation. So the direction of this motor is Fleming's left hand rule, and the direction of this generator is Fleming's right hand rule. This flux direction, both the cases will be same, and this current direction will be also same, and the rotation is this one. So the induced EMF, one is rotating like this, then it should be like this. The current direction is same. One is Fleming's left hand and Fleming's right hand rule. So the induced voltage here, suppose it is plus minus, then here it is minus and plus. It will oppose the cause according to Lenz's law. So the EMF generated is opposing the applied voltage Ea. So it is called back EMF. It is called back EMF because it is opposing the applied voltage. So this equation E, flux is constant, Z number of conductor, P number of poles, A is number of parallel paths, all the things. So the EB is directly proportional to the speed of the motor, or it can be taken as omega m, or EB is equal to KB into omega m. And this torque is equal to KT into Ia. Any doubts?
No, sir.
Now this motor, having the rotor inside, and it is having a bearings. So this rotor having a moment of inertia of Jm, and it is connected to the bearings, and the bearings having a viscous damping of Bm. So the torque developed is using for Jm theta double dot plus Bm into theta dot. Just like your force is equal to mx double dot plus b into x dot. Same way, this force is replaced by torque, and the rotating inertia and the damping. So Jm theta double dot plus this torque is using for this purpose. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now we can convert these things into Laplace domain. Jm s square into theta of
Theta.
s plus Bm s into theta is equal to torque. And this motor is a electrical machine, so it having a resistance and inductance, and applied voltage is Ea, and it is generating back EMF EB. So apply Kirchhoff's voltage law here. This EA is equal to IA into RA plus L into DI by dt plus EB.
Yes, sir.
So here applied voltage is EA and the output is theta. So we are applying a voltage here EA and your output is the rotation of this motor theta. So we can derive a transfer function between theta m upon EA of S. So Laplace transform output to Laplace transform input is transfer function. So we can derive this one. Before that, it is easy to convert these things into block diagram. It is very easy. So you are applying a voltage EA plus EA is here, and this EB is subtracting from here. So suppose this is EB. So negative sign is here. This is EB. So EA minus EB. Oh, EA minus EB. This LA dynamics you can neglect because it is a electromechanical thing. The electrical time constant is very much less than mechanical. So this can be neglected. So this is equal to IA into RA. So this divided by RA will give you IA. So EA minus EB is coming here. That is divided by RA will give you IA. And this IA,
KT times IA.
yeah, this IA is multiplying with this KT will give you torque. So IA is multiplied by KT will give you torque. And this torque divided by this thing. This torque divided by this thing will give you theta. So I am just dividing that thing into 2, 1 by JS plus B. Then I will get omega m, and integrating this 1 by S, I will get theta. This S I have taken as common because this EB is equal to KB into omega m. So I want to multiply KB with omega m. So I am dividing these things into 2. So from this omega m, multiplying this KB will get EB. So this is complete block diagram, and this theta divided by EA is this is open loop transfer function or closed loop transfer function?
Closed loop transfer function.
Why you are telling it is closed loop?
So because of the feedback loop which is there.
So what do you mean by feedback?
The output at any point will be given back to the forward path.
Actually, feedback means we are sensing something. We are sensing and back to a comparator. This is actual sense of feedback, but in a motor, this is not feedback. This is a natural quantity, natural feedback. We are not measuring anything from here and back to here. So
Yes.
so it is called a natural feedback. It is not called that whatever you mean that feedback. If we are having a sensor to measure the speed, a tacho generator or something, and we are measuring the speed and if we are comparing with something, the speed we are comparing, then this is called a feedback. Actually, this system theta divided by EA of S is a open loop transfer function. This is open loop transfer function because it is a natural feedback. So actual sense we are sensing something here and feedbacking, it will call as such a feedback. So you derive the transfer function EA theta up to EA of S. You can derive within 1 minute.
Numerator is KT by RA and denominator is
KT by RA, denominator is
S times JMS plus BM plus KT KB by RA.
So this is extra coming. This is called electromechanical damping. KTKB by RA. It's called electromechanical damping. So now open loop transfer function of this motor is ready. Now we are going to connect the motor to external load. So we are having a motor like this. So I am having a motor like this, and I have to connect to the external world, or I have to connect a useful work. For that purpose, I am using a gear. So why we are using a gear?
Sir,
Power.
to convert low speed, high speed low torque to low speed high torque.
Yeah, actually motor is a high speed low torque. Converting this to low speed high torque. For that purpose, we are using a gear. So gear is just like a transformer. It is changing this one high speed to low speed by adjusting the high torque and low torque. This relation, this power remains constant. So this, suppose this gear having a theta m as the theta, and theta is early proportional to number of T's Nm. Here number of teeth is load side it is NL and motor side it is Nm, and this is termed as theta L. So this rotation, if it is rotated delta theta m into Nm, that is equal to delta theta L into NL. So this theta L upon theta m equal to Nm divided by NL, that is equal to TL upon Tm. That is torque T load into omega load is equal to Tm into omega m. This is the relation. So when we are connecting this one, this torque will change. So this theta is coming here, theta m. This is theta m. And this theta m is going through this gear. And this gear output is connected to a load. And the load having a moment of inertia JL and damping of BL. This load having a moment of inertia of JL and that having a BL, and this theta L is the load angle. So the theta up T2 that you are getting, that is this transfer function, this one. This is I am termed as KT by RA. So EA plus minus EB KT by RA multiplied by 1 by JMS plus BM multiplied by 1 by S will give you theta M. This multiplied by KB will give you. So here is the torque coming. So it is connected to this load. Here it is connected to the load, and load having this dynamics, and theta to theta L relation is Nm by Nl. So theta L is equal to theta M into Nm by Nl. This relation Nm by Nl is
Yes,
the
sir.
gear ratio. So theta L you will get as it is. So theta M multiplied by, so Nm by Nl. So Nm by Nl, I will take it as small n, and theta L I will get it, and the torque equation remains same. TL is equal to JL
S plus BL.
theta L double dot plus BL theta L dot. So that is JL square plus, so this theta L is coming here. So JL square plus PLS into theta L. So JL square plus VLS into theta L is coming here, TL, and this TL is coming back to this motor side through Nm by Nl. So this is conversion, torque conversion. This is subtracting here because the motor is developing all the torque. So this torque is using for external load also. So this is theta M, and this is EA. And here Nm by Nl, this torque is coming here, and this torque is converted back to the motor side. So now you have to derive a transfer function between theta M to EA of S. Theta M to EA of S. So these things you can do it by block diagram reduction, or if you want, you can do it using Mason-Gain formula. Whichever is your comfort level, you do it. So for me, it is easy to do it with the Mason-Gain formula. You are studied Mason-Gain formula, na?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So
Yes,
you
sir.
convert these things into
Signal
signal.
flow rate.
So this is EA. KT by RA. JS plus 1 by JS plus B. 1 by S. You will get theta here, and from here to here, this is Nm by Nl the whole square into JL square plus BLS, and this one is KB. This one is minus and this one is minus. So you have to derive the theta M to EA of S. So here it is only one forward path is there. This is only one forward path. and this is one loop, and this one is another loop. There is no non-touching loop is nil. So your Mason-Gain formula will be reduced to P1 delta 1 divided by delta trans function theta m upon A of s. P1 delta 1 upon delta. So P1 is this one, and delta 1 is 1, and delta you have to calculate 1 minus this loop again plus this loop again, the whole minus. Like that only you are studied, no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah, delta is equal to 1 minus sum
Loop
of individual loop again. They are completed.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, it is KT times JLS plus BL times NM divided by 1 minus KB times, sorry, not KB. 1 second, sir. I made a mistake.
Yeah, delta 1 is
Delta 1 is 1, right?
P1 is equal to KT by RA divided by S into JS plus B. Right?
Yes, sir.
And delta is equal to 1 minus N square JL S square plus BL S divided by JS plus B into KT KB by RA divided by JS plus B. So if you are entering these things, you will get theta m of s divided by A of s as KT by RA divided by JM plus JL into NM by NLD whole square into S square plus BM plus NM by NL the whole square into VN plus KT KB by RA into S. So all of you are getting this one? So all of you are getting this one?
So we are doing it, sir.
Yeah, okay.
Sir, how come you're getting nm by nl whole square?
This one here nm by nl converting theta into theta l, and that is converting this torque. This torque equation is this one,
Yes.
and again I am converting back to this motor side. That is this nm by nl. This equation.
Okay, sir.
TL by Tm is equal to theta m by theta l. That is nm by nl. TL back to motor side. This side.
Sir, can I also send this file, OneNote file?
But
Can you send this file also, the file, the rough work that you did?
this will be I am uploading in YouTube.
Okay, sir, but this file alone, if you can send it to us, then we can also see this.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir, I got it. Yeah.
And that is why that nm by nl 2 times, that is nm by nl the whole square. So this one is the final thing. All of you got this one. We are having any doubts, you can ask.
Sir, can you again explain that part? Why did we connect the last theta L portion? That that's the torque on the load back to this. Why did we have that second loop, that feedback part? Because that torque was in turn provided by the motor torque only. So why do we need to add an extra loop to it?
Yeah, this is the no load torque. This J, this part is for load thing. If you are loaded the motor only, otherwise motor will take the current needed for driving this JM and BM. When we are connecting external load, actually what it is happening, this speed will be reducing. That speed is reducing, EA minus EB, this quantity will reduce. And this is reducing, it will demand more, that this term KT by RI is there now. KT by RI is producing the current. So the voltage difference will be high. EA is constant. We are supplying that voltage. This omega M will reduce if you are loaded. So that EB will be reducing, and IA is equal to EA minus EB upon RI. So this term is reducing, this current will increase. So if you are loaded, this current will increase. So that current is increasing, this torque produced will be more. And that torque is using to drive this load. So this load torque also coming from this motor side only. This extra load demand, whatever you are loading, it is coming from this side. This torque developed in the motor only. So if you need further torque, this current also it will increase. The current is increasing as it is. So it should come in the motor side only. If you are connecting some load there, it has to drive. The driving force is coming from the motor side only. So we are converting this one directly from this torque. But you cannot do it directly. That should come through the motor gear ratio only. Because load side is connected from motor side to load side to that gear and back to that gear only. This motor side to load through this gear and load side to motor through this gear. So it will reflect that thing here. That is why this Nm by Nm.
It is negative loop, right, sir?
Yeah. Because now, if this torque developed in the motor at a no load is no load torque. When extra torque is required, it should subtract from the main torque only.
Okay, sir.
This energy is created by this motor side only. It cannot induce a extra torque from outside. Otherwise, it should be a generating thing. If you are having something generating, then only you can add to that one.
So it will slow down the generation, no, sir, after the load torque?
Low torque is, this current is increasing and that will catch up.
Okay, sir.
This current, no load current will be very less. That is 10% of that, this JM and BM only driving. When you are connected to a load, this current will reduce. If you are connecting something to the load, it will reduce the speed. That speed is reducing, this quantity will reduce and the IA will increase. IA will increase and it will catch up. And it will catch up to the maximum load capacity. So motor is designed for some load capacity because this having so many other quantities are there that will affect the load carrying capacity. So that is why you are just some motors are there, 12-volt motor you are seeing, so many gears will be there, that much speed it will reduce. So that motor, whatever written in the terminal now, it can drive that much of power only. Otherwise you have to change the motor design, and the load carrying capacity is increasing, you have to change that motor. It having a maximum load capacity, everything will be there. Up to that, the current is changing, it will take care of that. So up to this you are completed, I think. Any doubt regarding this? You can ask me, otherwise you can refer the notebooks. That P1 delta 1 by delta, how this delta is coming. You do the maths. So now you will get this K divided by Js plus B, and this K is equal to Kt by Ra. This K is Kt by Ra, and this entire quantity Jm plus Jl into Nm by Nl the whole square is termed as J, and this entire thing is B. So
Yes, sir.
this J and this B, and that A square term, it is now we are split into two. We are measuring now the speed. This one is not a natural thing. This one we are. This one. This omega m is not the natural thing. We are having a tacho generator and we are measuring the speed. This KTG is the tacho generator gain constant, and this one is K2 only, K2. And 1 by S we will get theta, and we are having a position. The rotary sensors will be there for measuring theta. So this block diagram is the representation of EGC with proportional plus rate feedback control. And this is the rate feedback path, because we are measuring using a tacho generator and feedbacking here. This is called rate feedback. And this forward gain we are adding, that is why it is called proportional controller. So proportional plus rate feedback is this controller. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We are measuring using a tacho generator and a position sensor. And here it is theta C is here. So we are giving a theta reference in terms of voltage. So if you need 15 degrees here, corresponding 15 degree corresponding to this sensor, here on sensor will be there, and that sensor calibration will be there. So that calibration means it will calibrate to 360 degrees, and whatever the voltage is coming, we will measure. And the corresponding 15 degrees you want to move, you will give a 15 degree corresponding voltage here. That is theta C reference. So suppose it is 15 degree, corresponding some voltage will be there, say 1 volt. So this position sensor will follow that one, and these two are the gain blocks. And this trans function is actually open loop trans function of the system. Open loop trans function with load. So now we are closing this loop using one using tacho generator feedback, another using position sensor feedback. And this Kp is proportional gain constant, and K1 is this sensor, position sensor constant. And this J is equal to Jm by Jm plus this quantity, and these things we are derived now. And the Kt value, Kb value, Jm, Jl, that is Nm by Nl, this term Bm, Bl, Ra, Kp, Kt. These things you have to enter in a dot script file or .m file. These things you enter, and after that you enter these things. Then you will get the J, all the values, and the controller gain design equations. So this in this one, this K1 and K2 are unknown quantities, and how to derive those K1 and K2 is you have to compare that system. You derive this entire trans function, this theta m to theta c. You derive theta m to theta c, and then compare with the standard second order system omega n square divided by s square plus 2 theta omega ns plus omega n square. So you will get some, these values are known, that is given here. And if you are comparing these two, you will get K1 as this one, equation number 1, K2 as this one. And this omega n value is equal to this one. Omega b is given. These are the specifications given to you. You have to design a controller with minus 3 dB bandwidth is 5 Hz and damping factor is 0.6. You will study later in root locus. The concentric circles are omega n values, and these lines will be, this is omega n1, omega n2, like that. These lines will be, cosine of this line is theta values. So theta is this one and omega is this one. So your dominant poles will be here. For this system you are derived, this having two poles, one pole at s is equal to 0, and another one is, you get this to 0, this denominator. So one you will get it in the 0 will be here, one will be here. These are open loop poles. When you are closing this loop with omega n and theta, it will be moving somewhere here. This moving like this only. So this omega m, omega n, and this theta value, it will move these 2 points. So like that only you have to design the controller. That part I think Rajesh sir will cover later. That is why the controller design is going on. But you are given with minus 3 dB bandwidth is 5 hertz. You have to convert this 5 hertz into 5 into 2 pi, and you have to substitute here. Omega b is given here. Omega n you can calculate, and theta value is given. So everything is given. Then you can directly substitute here, and you will get the answer k1 and k2. And the first procedure is that one only. You have to make a DOTM file and find the value of omega n, k1, k2. Omega n is omega b divided by s square root. Take in the square root. SQRT is the command. Using SQRT you can do it. You enter these values in script file and do the first procedure. And after that we can make it this using Simulink. That is the second question. Draw the Simulink model of closed loop system and find out the specification. These two specifications Samsar will cover next week regarding Bode response only. And these three are for step response. So step response part I will cover, and these things Sir will cover. So you make a .m file.
Sir, what is gimbal here?
So we are talking about this gimbal, na?
Yes, sir.
It is actually, this is part of PS4 rocket. So this PS4 rocket is just like this, and this point is, this thrust is coming. This is called gimbal point, and this actuator is mounting here in this bracket, and this actuator can move this plus 4 degree or minus 4 degree. So it will push like this, then it will shift it like this, and this will be going like this. It's pulling here, it will be going like this. Straight means it should going like this. So this point is flexible for changing the direction of the motor. So this is called the gimbal point, and this control system is called the EGC system, engine gimbal control system. So it can maximum plus or minus 4 degree in the output only. These things later it will come. This is the linearized model of this part. First of all, you enter these parameter values from KT to KTG. Then you enter J and B and K, and then K1, K2 and omega B, these things are done here. Then you run it, then all the things will be coming in workspace, and K1, K2 and omega n values you can observe from K1, K2, omega n. Those values you can see there. Anyone is completed this part?
Yes, sir.
So K1, K2 and omega n values. K1, K2 omega n values. K1 19.50. K2. Yeah, okay. Omega n. Yeah, okay. So you are used this SQRT function only, na?
Yes, sir.
This SQR. Okay. SQRT and raise 2 functions are using. There will be some difference will be there. So all of you are completed. Anybody left with these equations? All of you are completed? So I think all of you are completed. So anybody is left with something, just ping. So you have to open Simulink now, home Simulink, or you have to enter Simulink in the command window. And you just open Simulink and then Simulink library browser. Then you have to do this proportional plus rate feedback controller. So here this KP, K1, K2 and KTG, KP, K1, K2 and KTG are gain blocks. This one is transfer function. This one is integrator. And this is subtractor. You can use summer and just change the signs. Summer. And here you have to connect on step block. Step. And here you have to connect on scope. But you are not doing this step and scope. You are using only LTI viewer. That is only written over here. Draw the Simulink model for the closed loop system and find out the performance using Simulink LTI viewer. So you are doing now C, D, E and part 3 part only. This you will get it using step response. Peak, overshoot, rise time, set and time. These 3 you will get it using step response. So these 4 are gain blocks, 2 summer blocks, 1 transfer function and 1 integrator. So for this gain blocks you will get it in math toolbox. Math toolbox. here in math operations, gain, just to copy these things. This one gain you drag and drop it here. Then right click and move. You will get the copy of that one. Again right click and move. Right click and move. These two you have to flip it. So you select it, both the things, and right click. Otherwise Control I you have to press. Control I for flipping these blocks. And now you need two summer blocks. So in math toolbox, this entire extreme down the sum is there. Drag and drop it here. Double click on that. Plus plus you change to plus minus. And right click and drag it. You will get the copy. So all of you open Simulink, 4 gain blocks and 2 summer, you will get it in math operations. So all of you are open Simulink now.
Yeah.
So anyone having any problems, you can ask me directly, or you just give a chat message.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I don't know, but suddenly it's showing me some error when I'm trying to open a blank model. It's showing an error, unable to load bundle binary C program files, MATLAB, and error 127 state not recoverable.
Yeah. That I think that MATLAB is crashed or something. So just close that MATLAB and reopen those things. You save that .m file now. If you are running, it will ask to save. You save it and then reload it. So others are completed up to this point now.
Yes, sir. Doing Simulink.
So that KP is here, K1 is here, K2 and KTG. So this one is KP. This one is K1 and KTG and K2.
So what is the value of K1, K2 and omega n?
Those values, K1 is 19.5077, K2 is 0.9602 and omega n is 27.36. These things you can directly enter here also, it will be K1. Like that you are entering, you will get it. If you are getting these things, it is correctly you are written the codes, otherwise you have to check your codes. This omega b is 5 into 2 pi you have to do. Some of you may forget to do this. So this up to this it is done. Now I have to place the summaries. One summary is here and another summary is after this one. And I have to arrange these things. And right click and drag it, right click and drag it, right click and drag it. And this KTG is here, K2 is here, and this plus and minus sign. This is plus and minus only. This is also plus and minus only. So now I have to take this trans function and one integrator. Trans function and integrators are available in continuous flow. The simulating continuous flow. So you have to use this trans function only. And integrator, you have to use this integrator, not the limited integrator. Simple integrator you have to use. And complete it, and KTG is coming this omega. And here. And from here to
Sir, instead of the integrated, we can also use a transfer function and specify the gain rate, sir, 1 by S.
that integrator is there now. You can directly use integrator. You can use
Okay, sir.
that one also, transfer function block also. No problem. 1 by J and B. J, B. And this one you drag, you will get J and B directly. So I am using the small j and small these things here. Small j, small b, like that. If you are using capital value, you have to enter here capital J and B. I am using this KP, K1, everything small values, small letters. So whatever things you are used in that .m file, you have to use those things. And in sync scope, and from sources, you have to use step or something. Up to this, you complete it. Any doubt is there, you can ping me. These 4 gain blocks will be there in math toolbox, and summer block also there in math toolbox. Transfer function and integrator is available in continuous blocks. Sources you will get step, and from sinks you will get that scope. So if you are completed this one, you just enter in that chat message. So all of you are completed.
Sir, I'm still facing the same problem.
Yeah, just share your screen.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sir, is my screen visible?
yeah.
Sir, can you see? This error is coming up every time. Sir, I have reloaded many times.
Yeah, this one is your Windows Win file not having this simulating this is corrupted or something. You have to reinstall Simulink once more.
Yes.
So after that, in somehow I will share these things in YouTube. You can just do these things.
Okay, sir.
You just install Simulink file,
Okay, sir.
and you need not save these things into Simulink or MATLAB folder. You create some other folder
Yes, sir. I've actually using some other folder only to
with
save these files.
some bin folder.
Then add it to path, right? Add it to executable. Maybe that's the problem.
And those
How?
Add it to the system executable. That folder in which you're saving the files.
Yeah.
Just type in the internet how to add MATLAB into system executable. Then add that
Okay.
folder into system executable and then run it. It should work.
Okay. Okay. I'll get back to you.
So others having no doubt, then we can stop here. Next week we can